Well, we might say, being that this is my third week of celebrating with you in a row, that this is October with Father Paul on the Sunday Mass. Now, I'm sure for you, you're waiting to see the other presiders, celebrants come along and make things a little bit more interesting. But for me, it's sort of been unique. In the sense that it has allowed me to sort of follow along with the themes of each Sunday and see how they sort of go together with one community. If you remember a few weeks ago, we were stirring the flame of the gift of God within us. And last week, we were reminded to be thankful and grateful people. So what's our next step? Well, I think if you listen to the readings, a little phrase that I picked up a number of years ago when I was watching an interview on TV. And the person being interviewed had a little mantra, a little catchphrase that sort of propelled his life. And the phrase was, "Get after it." And that sort of stuck with me. And I hope I'm not wrong, but I think our readings today are sort of reminding us of that. Jesus in the gospel, that scene of Moses and Aaron and Hur in the first reading today, and even in Paul's letter, I think all of them are sort of saying, get after it. Faith is not something that's stagnant. It's not something that we receive and, okay, now we have it and we'll live happily ever after. Faith is something that needs to be worked at. And as we learn in the gospel today, the woman is persistent. She keeps going back to get that sense of justice. In our first reading today, the Israelites are in a struggle. And Moses is trying to help him, but he needs help himself. He needs somebody to hold up his arms so that they can move through the battle. St. Paul is trying to help Timothy understand his role as leader of a faith community. And he tells him to be persistent and to get at it. Prayer is something that has to be part of our life each and every day. Sometimes it feels like a drudgery. Sometimes we feel like we're not getting anywhere. But we keep getting after it as God asks us to, as God reminds us that persistence and sometimes it takes to be aggressive, or it takes us to be sort of set in where we want to be and where we want to go. But we do it with compassion and with understanding and with love and with respect. So our challenge this week is to get after it, to get after the presence of God in our life, stirring it into that flame, being grateful for it and thankful for it, but moving it forward, letting it propel us in our journey of faith.